Hi there, I'm Carmen Roberts and you're watching Online Check-In. It's almost March 17th and while many of us will be thinking of green beer and shamrock-toting leprechauns, many of you might not know that St. Patrick was actually a Christian missionary who travelled the length and breadth of Ireland without the use of planes, trains, buses, cars or even Google Street View. Thankfully for us modern-day travellers, the Street View trike has been working overtime, adding new Irish destinations to the panoramic mapping service. Dublin Zoo, the Rock of Cashel and Photo Wildlife Park are among the latest tourist attractions. But seriously, it's St. Paddy's Day, so I'd be looking up Temple Bar. Be warned, those hotels in Ireland can be a little pricey. So if you want to save your euros for a shamrock souvenir or that lovely green beer, then grab your tent and log on to pitchup.com, where you could book a 4-star campsite just outside Dublin with free Wi-Fi, or go glamping on the River Shannon. PitchUp has around 5,000 campsites across the UK and Ireland. It's got mapping technology too, so you wannabe paddies won't get lost. If you're hitting the slopes in the Northern Hemisphere to make the most of the last of this season's powder, then check out SkiPad. Cutting out the middleman, SkiPad allows renters to directly contact ski accommodation owners. Search according to budget, location or proximity to the slopes, and you could be cozying up in a log chalet in Quebec or a mountain villa in Romania. And then you can post pics of you in that villa's hot tub on Facebook and make all your friends jealous. Bragging rights aside, is it just me or is Facebook becoming more corporate these days? Malaysian Airlines is the latest to launch a secure ticket booking system on the site. But here's where they've set themselves apart from the rest. During the search and booking phase, you can see if any of your friends are on the same flight or expected to be in the same destination. You can check in on Facebook too and select your seat. Oh, and here's where Facebook comes into its own. The seat map even shows you where your friends are on the plane. So you can request a seat far away from your friend with the teething toddler. Emirates too is on the social media bandwagon, sending newlyweds Jason and April Needle on a 100-country wedding world tour. The idea is to discover the meaning of marriage in different cultures, like a traditional Maasai village ceremony in Kenya and getting up close and personal with elephants at a Thai wedding ceremony in Chiang Mai. It seems the whole world has gone wedding mad, especially with the launch of the official British Royal Wedding website. Not surprisingly, there were 2 million hits in 2 days, and it would appear the royal family is getting with the times. Details of the wedding dress of Catherine, the artist formerly known as Kate, will be posted on the day, and who knows, if the IT footmen at Clarence House work their magic, there may even be live streaming of the big event. But if you're not a loyal royalist and all this wedding talk is making you nauseous, then you can reach for an official sick bag. Graphic designer Lydia Leith's sick bags have been a huge hit, and it's just one of many so-called souvenirs to be found on the Royal Wedding Tat blog. Who's the joker who'll buy these royal playing cards or these mugs? But I do like the idea of a royal tea bag. Tweet of the week time now, and staying with the wedding theme, Vegas Bill posted this video of a couple who said "I do" underwater at an intercontinental resort in Mexico. Now, where did that sick bag go? Enough of weddings. Now let me leave you on a high. Well, kind of. Here's a video of a skier who fell off a cliff with a camera strapped to his helmet. Amazingly, he survived unscathed. Hold on for the ride. See you next time.
Thanks, Carmen. Now, Nepal is one of my favourite countries, and here's another reason why. Just 20 minutes from the capital, Kathmandu, is Chitwan National Park. It was once a royal hunting ground, but now it's a refuge for rare wild animals, including the elephant, whose protection has become even more important than ever. We sent Inga Loveridge-Kemp to a special elephant breeding centre there, which is playing a big part in trying to ensure the survival of one of Asia's most iconic animals.
Meet Laxman and Ram, the only twin elephants in Nepal. Nicknamed as Double Trouble, they were born at this elephant breeding centre 2 years ago. They are the pride and joy of the people working here, not just for their cuteness, but they're also very rare. Healthy and still growing strong, the twins enjoy playing with each other and with hundreds of tourists who come to see them every week.
When the female is here, the wild male is coming at night. And then after 18 to 22 months, there is a baby is born. So this was bred by the wild male, not the domestic male. Because the domesticated elephants are not strong enough, and also there is a problem with inbreeding.
And that's exactly how the twins were born, after their 40-year-old mother, a domestic resident female, became pregnant by a wild male who was a regular visitor to the stables at night. The happy story of Ram and Laxman is what this elephant breeding centre is about. It was set up 20 years ago, not just to ensure the elephant's survival, but also to understand more about the wild and domestic elephant conservation.
It was a gift for everybody when the twins were born, and we are here to care for all elephants and give them whatever they need to help them grow and be healthy.
Looking after mothers and their babies is taken very seriously. Each elephant has their own carer or mahout who's responsible for their regular daily exercise and their diet. And when it comes to eating, their daily portions come in huge quantities. Each elephant eats around 150 kilograms of grass, which is the equivalent to the weight of 2 adult men, and drinks around 2 baths worth of water every day.
I think it's wonderful. Very impressed with the way the animals are looked after and exercised each day, and the care that's taken to feed them.
The well-being of elephants is very important, not just for their own sustainability, but also for the survival of other wildlife. Once fully trained, they have a big role to play in the nearby national park.
These are already captive. We cannot release them into the wild, but we keep this elephant with us and we use them for conservation work. Like we can use this elephant to patrol the park and look after the rhinos and the tigers.
The elephants might keep the poachers out, but they bring tourists in. Elephant safaris are a huge tourist draw. Rides like this one might not be the most comfortable, but given the landscape, it is the only real way to get a chance to see some wildlife. When it comes to jungle safaris, this kind of experience is a very unique one, where tourists actually ride elephants while spotting the wildlife. And those lucky enough might be able to catch a glimpse of a very rare one-horn rhino. And today, I was the lucky one, spotting the mother and the baby in the jungles of Pt2 National Park, the last refuge place for these endangered species. Riding on the back of an elephant might be one of the most unforgettable experiences for many tourists visiting Cht1, but these animals are a constant reminder how their conservation and survival is so important for so many.
I think we need to keep this elephant breeding center for a long time, and then more tourists are coming into our country and the more economics here, and it's good for all.
Inga Loveridge Kemp there, making friends with the elephants. Well, that's all we've got time for this week on Fast Track. Next week, we'll be in Ukraine, where Fiona will be looking at that country's preparations for the 2012 European Football Championships and assessing the legacy of Chernobyl 25 years on. In the meantime, don't forget that you can catch up with all the latest Fast Track stories by logging on to our website at bbc.com/fasttrack. And if you're after even more advice and inspiration, check out bbc.com/travel, where this week you can read about having a long stay in Hong Kong with the new Living In series, and find out about the 20 best free attractions in London. And that'll be handy, no doubt, if you're looking to save money after shelling out on all those fuel surcharges. Well, wherever you're heading next, have a good time. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.